we're talking a little bit of quarterbacks right now, and Boise State says that they are going to indeed continue to use this two-quarterback system. That is a part of our roadmap to victory, finding the balance and rhythm between Maddux, Madsen, and Taylen Green.
Bronco Roundup's Roadmap to Victory is sponsored by Treasure Valley Ford Stores.
No, I think Taylen's our starter. I think everyone in the building knows that. I think the toughest part is just when you look at our second and long, third down efficiency percentage, in a lot of those situations, we're operating about 20% higher than we were earlier in the year.
It's the facts. Since we've been doing it, the numbers have been better on offense. We're very fortunate that we got two very talented guys. Now we have to have a better consistency and find our balance within that. Ultimately, as we've talked about, it's about getting our whole offense in rhythm, and that will be the main focus.
I totally get it. Trust me, I do. I mean, I understand what everybody wants it to be. Really, I think the number one thing is pinpointing how we're going to get that rhythm, right? If you look at what did we do versus San Jose State that made us look in rhythm versus Colorado State, even the point production was there, but maybe we didn't feel as much in rhythm. Was it totally about the quarterback situation? Was it just about the overall execution? Was it about turning the football over? That's what I think we all have got to do a great job of, is what exactly is it? Is there a perfect distribution in our minds? I would say Taylen would certainly be out there 60 to 65% of the time. The nature of it, as I know you guys understand, is we also have to make sure we're not having issues of who's in the game, who's not in the game, taking delay of penalties, right? And so part of that for us is certain situations, Taylen's been in the game, and when down and distances are different, when field positions are different, that's when we've kind of got to Maddux. So in a lot of ways, the distribution, has a lot to do with what situations we're in the game. When we're in a 2-minute situation, for example, Maddux has been in there, and then that looks at, okay, you have a long drive, that's 12 more plays. Is that really what we set out for? Maybe not, but based off of those situations, that has a lot to do with who's out there more. We think there's parts of Taylen's game and his explosiveness in the run game to come in versus San Jose and have those multiple touchdowns. And then what Maddux has done in those longer situations where normally some of your percentages are closer to 15%, and we're executing on third downs and fourth downs. So pinpointing exactly what it is it the two quarterbacks, rhythm, not rhythm? That's what we got to figure out.
Well, here is how the quarterback competition has fared ever since Boise State decided to start splitting playing time between Taylen Green and Maddux Madsen 2 games ago. Again, these are just the last 2 games. Taylen completing a little over 56% of his passes. Maddux Madsen slightly under 60%. You see the passing yards. Now, a big reason for that discrepancy favoring Maddux Madsen, he has thrown the ball twice as many times as Taylen Green has. The biggest concern, you would love to see the touchdown to interception ratio get better for both, without a doubt. And when we talk about rhythm, that's certainly something that could help foster a better to touchdown to interception ratio. Rushing yards, slightly in favor of Taylen Green. And when we talk about quarterback efficiency rating, regardless of who you pick, you're going to want to see that come up a little bit. Now, there is some legitimacy to what the coaches are saying about third down passing. Maddux Madsen, believe it or not, leads the Mountain West with a 173.9 QB efficiency rating on third down. Meanwhile, Taylen Green, his is just 96, and that ranks 11th out of 13 qualified quarterbacks in the Mountain West Conference. So when you hear Bush Hamdan and Andy Avalos talk about these certain downs and distances, certain situations, they truly do feel like Maddux Madsen is their guy. That's where the rhythm comes into play. Maddux comes in 2 weeks ago against Colorado State, gets into one of those unfavorable situations, tries to do a little too much, ends up turning the ball over. So this storyline simply isn't going away. It seems like we run this story, talk about it almost every single week on the pregame show, but I would have to say it is the number one topic of discussion, maybe outside of wins and losses, I guess, within Bronco Nation right now, and everybody seems to have an opinion on it, Brady. And for the life of me, man, in my time covering this football team, I don't remember there ever being a subject, especially when it comes to who plays, where the fan base felt one way and the coaching staff was so convinced of another.
Well, and I think a big part of that is because Taylen Green last year and what he did for this turnaround that we got to see Boise State undergo, he's their guy for a lot of the fans out there. But that, of course, does not discredit the incredible run that Maddux Madsen has put together.
Yeah.
As just a redshirt freshman, he's looking as poised as ever. Both quarterbacks are playing well, and they also both have things they need to do better on.
I think that's something that we do overlook. Like, Maddux Madsen has put himself in this position to play. I do want to address one thing about Taylen Green's development. Last year, he had 14 touchdown passes, 10 rushing touchdowns. The last two freshman QBs to do that in the FBS, Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson. So in a matter of a year's span, you know, we went from talking about Taylen Green with those guys to now a quarterback competition, and you would love to see his development come along a little bit better. I will say this. I put out a poll this morning on Twitter. I was curious what Bronco Nation thought. 75% snaps or more. Right now, that has 49%. So about half of the people weighing in on this poll want to see Taylen play a significant portion of the game. 32% say just play one quarterback. So that's what Bronco Nation thinks about this. Either pick one guy or they want to see Taylen Green take a majority of these snaps.